Wednesday nights, get revved up with our new primetime lineup starting at 8 Eastern on Speed.
Today, Chief Rollins and his crew assigned to Andrews Air Force Base are refueling a squadron of F-22 Raptors involved in war games, hundreds of miles off the eastern seaboard of the U.S.
It is the boom operator who is in charge of that whole process. We are the eyes and ears for everybody.
Chief Rollins works out of what's known as the boomer pod in the rear of the KC-135 in an unusual position.
We have 3 seats back there. We call them seats, but you're actually laying down on your stomach. Right now, we're in the business end of the airplane. This is the boom pod. This is where I do my job from. This is the sighting door. This door actually comes up. We'll go up into the airplane, and there's a window back in there. It's kind of hard to see from here. That's a really big window and looks out, and that's how we get the good view out there. You actually lay down with your head on a chin rest, and you got a big window out there, and you look out, and you can see that receiver airplane behind you. We have our tanker pilots up front, you have the boom operator, and you have the receiver pilots below you. It takes all 3 of us to do an in-flight refueling. If one of us is having a bad day, we're all having a bad day.
The squadron joins up with the tanker inside a box in the sky dictated by latitude and longitude. Once the fighters make visual contact with the tanker, they rely on Rocky to guide them into position. As they approach, the stakes get higher.
Coming in, pilot, 30 feet.
We're actually going over 400 miles an hour, so it is very fast how they come in. It's kind of like a pit box when they come in and they're hauling, and they just slide on in there and hit the brakes, kind of like what the fighters do when they come in.
Back on the track, the clock is ticking for Greg Biffle. He's in his final pit stop of the race, and every second of the pits counts against him. His gas man, Billy Manchester, is refueling a moving target.
The guys are coming around pretty darn quick, and it's almost like team speed skating.
Jacking the car up and down to change tires creates turbulence, NASCAR style. And Billy uses all his strength to hold the 90-pound can tight to the fuel cell, while teammates buzz around the car performing their duties.
I don't think you could think about everything that goes on in that 11.9 seconds.
Seen here in real time, the pit stop goes just as the team had planned. As seconds and vital track position tick away, the entire crew depends on Billy's precision and the relatively simple technology of the gas can's flow mechanism.
The best analogy I can come up with is very similar to a water tower you might see around your hometown.
The 12-gallon can uses the weight of the fuel and the resulting pressure to force it from the tank through the filler tube. In addition, the vent tube allows an air pocket to build behind the fuel as gravity pulls the liquid down, building pressure as the tube narrows, increasing the fuel flow.
When it gets open, a lot of gas comes out in a hurry. And with the size neck that we have, the gas just flows. So we do 11.8 gallons in a little under 8 seconds.
If the 16's gas tank requires a second can, Billy leaves the first with his catch can man while he lugs another one over the wall and fuels until the tank is full.
I'm nodding my head, and my catch can man, Ryan Dextre, he's actually waving the can, and that signals to the jackman that we are full.
I have no idea what makes those guys so fast. Some teams on pit road are just, they're bad to the bone. They get it done every time.
Somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean, Chief Rollins is ready to refuel a squadron of F-22 Raptors. Instead of jumping over a wall to make his fuel hook up, he lies on his stomach operating a 50-foot boom arm that's moving. Rollins must literally fly the boom to the fighter's 6-inch female fuel coupler. Using small wings called rotovators, Chief Rollins moves the boom into position to connect with the fighter waiting below.
And our rotovators are attached right here. This is actually what flies the boom, uses the wind to move it around.
With the boom only inches away from the Raptor, Rollins extends the coupler into the jet's tank, and the mid-air connection is made.
This is a 6-inch nozzle. This is what goes into a receptacle or receiver airplane. It latches on, and right here is where the latching comes in. As you can see, a little wear and tear there. That's where it goes in. And I know I have contact because this contact made light, this green light comes on. Green is good, yellow is bad, yellow means disconnect. It's a whole lot of teamwork that's going on, and that's why we use the radios and the visual signals to try to minimize the risk that is involved with in-flight refueling.